All right. It's been a while, but we're back. We are back with some degree of aliveness.
Elijah.
More than 50, less than 90. Somewhere in there. But our Friday OSR BX game came to an end after many, many years.
I'm still sad.
And we're going to start a new saga. And the longevity of this one, well, it really depends. Depends on how much fun we're having, how many characters die, and where we decide things are going. But we're doing Bloody Appalachia. It uses the Survive This system by Blood Games. There are several other games that use this system, but hey, I worked on this one, so I'm running this one. We are basing this in the 80s. Specifically, we are basing this in 1984, December of that year, where famously the Where's the Beef commercial is airing everywhere on television. Michael Jackson has just had his greatly publicized Pepsi commercial accident where his hair caught on fire. We have Prince's iconic song, Purple Rain, who would later become the artist formerly known as Prince. Ghostbusters is a cultural phenomenon and may be the reason why your group has come together. Gremlins, the horror comedy, recently released, also very, very popular. In technology, the CD has been out for a couple of years now, but that's just newfangled technology. It'll never catch on. Betamax and VHS are in bloody battle with one another to become the supreme format for your home recording needs. Yeah, so this is where we are stepping into this world. And we're going to start off. We're going to start off right in Bloodworth Hollow. You've already arrived. No oddities at all. You came to this town. You are currently sitting in this very nice bed and breakfast, which you have rented out rooms for the season. So the first question is, what season is it?
It's December,
Rabbit season.
so it's winter.
Winter? Anyone dissent with winter? No? Okay.
Yeah.
I did say it was December.
Yeah.
So we're in the winter season. You guys are together as a group. Supposedly, the group has a reason. What is your reason to being together as a group? What are you doing together?
You're a bunch of PCs. That's the reason.
You all have that PC glow about you.
Yeah.
Somehow someone needs help here.
Are we ghost hunters?
Is it us?
Like,
Could be.
paranormal.
Yeah. You
Ghost
could be paranormal investigators. You could have a public access cable channel, which was very popular at the time. So how about it? What is the reason for your group? I know one of you is a college student, which is the other reason I based it in December. You're on Christmas break.
I kind of like the idea of a public access television channel show.
Okay.
Are we like the first like ghost hunters or whatever?
Yeah.
We saw the Ghostbusters movie. I thought, no, we can go out there and show them what the real Ghostbusters are.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, this is
do
what it
that.
really is out there.
Sure.
If we're the real Ghostbusters, we need a gorilla. Is that your character, Richard?
Give it time. Give it time. I mean, they had to have found the gorilla. So, Public access TV show. Let's say that your pilot episode went over really well. And so the channel decided to pick you guys up, gave you a little bit of a stipend. You've got a little bit of money in your pockets, bought a little gear. But you've got the next 3 months to get enough footage to put together a show, which will start in the next season. How does that sound?
I like it.
Now the hardest part that you got to agonize over. What's the name of your show?
Oh, we're great at coming up with names. Us.
The Door Openers.
Public access ghosts. Pag on pack.
Well, that's one name thrown out.
Nothing better.
No, I don't know.
We are the in-betweeners.
The In-Betweeners. Isn't that a movie?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's
well,
it's a comedy show.
yeah.
Did a movie as well, I think.
We can put a pin in that, but that is let's say that is a question to answer before the episode is over.
All right.
You could still be shopping it. Like you could literally, your characters could still be shopping the title for the network.
It's a working title.
Yeah.
They just put us on air and we just haven't put a name to the show yet.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah. Okay. So what is the name of the TV show? So let's go over the characters. Dion, what class are you playing?
I'm the final girl.
So you have survived some harrowing experience with the supernatural. Have you shared that with the crew? And is that why you're here?
Yes, and that's probably one of the reasons why they took our show.
Mhm.
I'm fake news, and I was the sole survivor of a Bigfoot watch team incident gone horribly wrong. So my team and I went out to look for Bigfoot, and turns out we were in the Mothman's territory, and the Mothman killed everybody except me. I survived by distracting him with fire, and I ran away, and then I survived.
Okay. I like to think that there actually was a Sasquatch there watching with a bucket of popcorn. All right, so your character's name is Fake News. So is that your screen name?
Both. Yeah, my actual name, it's spelled with an I instead of a Y.
Okay.
But, we just switched it because nobody would know.
No,
And
right?
about how old is Fake News?
Did I write that down?
In general, just what do you appear to be?
I'm a nice ripe age of 24.
So
Oh,
mid-20s?
A wink.
Too old. Can't use you.
No, in 84, everybody looked like they were in their 40s when they were in their 20s.
That's true.
All right. Let's go to Jameis. Jameis, what is the class of your character?
Oh, I got my name wrong. I have decided to take filmmaker,
Filmmaker. That
which
makes a
isn't
lot
to
of
say
sense.
that I am the filmmaker. We're just at least the cameraman, although I could end up being the director. I don't know. Depends how we want to go through.
The Rena Center lease is in your name for the camera.
Well, I mean, as the filmmaker, he's actually had some education in the making of films. Is that why you're here, or have you actually had a real experience with the supernatural? Well, real as far as you know.
I'm here because they're the best person that they could get on the budget that I was.
Oh, you're a hired. Okay.
He was the cheapest.
Yeah. I've got a vision for how it should look, but it's got nothing to do with whether or not there's any supernatural. That's not relevant to my work.
So the height of recording technology at this time would be the VHS shoulder cam. Full-size VHS
Huge
tapes.
clunky bastard.
Yeah. You might have some good microphones as well.
Is it like a boom mic?
Yeah. We will also say, since you are getting a little bit of funding from the public access channel to get your show together, which is what you ran the showrunner for, you've got a van that's got a small editing deck for your VHS on it, a little screen, and if you've ever seen a VHS editing station, it's basically it cuts tape so that you can literally cut it and splice it as you need, and then run it off into another more permanent VHS tape. So you've got a small studio in there. We'll say some microphones. Well, I will even say you've got some portable microphones. The VHS cameras at the time did have battery, which lasted all of 30 minutes if you were lucky. But you can also plug it into the mains while you're recording if you have one nearby. So that's what you have. The van is an old repurposed one of these home moving vans, like a U-Haul or something, where all the paint's been scratched off and it's just been painted white. Horrible gas mileage, but if you had to sleep in it, there's actually room in there for that. How old does? Well, first of all, what's your character's name?
Lars from Troya.
Lars
Yep.
Van Troya.
Yeah. Yeah. I should actually be able to alter my name to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. And how old do you appear to be?
Oh, mid-20s.
Okay.
One of the key thing is he's got like the sunglasses and the baseball hat worn backwards. So you
Stylish.
know,
Stylish.
He's so cool.
All right. Let's go on and get Bill. Bill, who do you have? What character? You're the student, right?
I am a college student, yes. My name is Chad Boris Blutarski. You might remember my older brother, Bluto. We're on semester break and I needed to get away from the school for a while. So I thought I'd hang out with you guys.
So what are you studying in school right now? So like, what did you pick up as your extra knowledges?
As my extra knowledges. Looks like I've got computer skills. I've got home brewing, several different varieties. And I'm in sales because I know how to talk my way into things and out of things.
Okay. Have you ever had as far as you know, real supernatural brush up with anything?
Well, I believe the alcohol level in my blood would make that irrelevant.
All right. Are you a true believer, though?
Sure. Why not?
Why not? I'm actually going to put that in as the answer. Why not?
Okay.
Okay. So why are you here? What position do you fulfill?
I'm like their gopher. I run around and do things that they need done. If we get into the thick of things, I can usually talk my way out of situations. I've done that a lot. I'm just here generally to help out, and also my dad said I had to get a job over break.
Well, considering how your brother turned out.
Yeah. We still don't know where he is.
I'm surprised your family line hasn't been stricken from that college, but yeah. How old do you appear to be?
I'm 21. I've got several IDs that prove that.
Perfect. All right. Richard, what is your class?
Hello there. My name is Professor Dunhill, and I think there's been some mistake because my first name is Professor, and I seem to have been hired by mistake. They thought I was some sort of academic, but no. I'm a pusher. I can get things for you, whatever you need. I mean,
a friend of mine.
I suspect that will. I suspect it will come in useful for the talent, etc. But I don't know.
All right. I'm sorry. I was talking to my wife while you were saying your name.
Professor Dunhill.
Professor
My name
Dunhill.
is Professor.
Yeah.
My parents.
That's
I don't know
so
why they named me
brilliant.
that. But...
All right. And how old do you appear to be?
In my 30s.
30s. Okay.
I tried to dress up like a professor, but I've got it a bit wrong. I've got jeans, a t-shirt, and I've got a leather jacket with tweed patches rather than tweed leather patches. So, I tried.
Okay. Nice. And have you ever, to your knowledge, had a brush in with the supernatural?
Several things which have happened, but that could have been what I was on at the time.
And that's what the answer is in the line. Could have been what I was on at the time. Okay, and so what is your role in the group?
Supplier, guy who can get the things that you need.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm sure I can get it from somewhere. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so other than a van, let's say a couple of cameras, slightly portable. Again, the batteries only last about 30 minutes. An editing deck. What else? Let's say you had a couple of $100 left over after the van and the video equipment. What else would you have packed for maybe a 3-month-long stay in this Bloodworth Hollow, supposedly a prime location for supernatural doings? They have had sightings of your cryptids, I guess is the name of like your Bigfoot and Mothman type creatures, cryptids. They have had a lot of missing people, including a busload of high school cheerleaders and a ball team. You're not sure if it was football or possibly basketball, but in the last couple of years, an entire busload of kids went missing. They have a tradition of older buildings being haunted here, and more importantly, it was within the 6-hour drive of where you all came from.
Mm-hmm. I have several small knives.
Oh, not personal. I mean, like stuff that you could all call upon. You can have whatever personal stuff is.
Okay. I guess I brought like extra tapes, extra film, extra like battery packs from like my last team.
Okay.
Probably have walkie-talkies with bad reception that cut out at convenient moments.
Yeah, you probably have like the Target or Walmart, supposedly good for up to 2 miles, but really it's not.
If I can hear you without it, then it's in range.
Yeah. Walkie-talkies, okay. No headsets, just the walkie-talkies that you can snap onto your shirt or lapel.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
It's more likely hang on your belt with one of the books.
Yeah. All right. What else? You'll say the walkie-talkies
I made before I left the dorm.
Well, obviously you guys have drugs, but that's more personal items, I think. Unless you packed extra with your extra few $100.
I like to be prepared. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got trade stock in the form of uppers, downers. Okay.
Do we, as a group, care about the ghost trapping crap like EMF readers and that sort of?
I don't know. I never did ghost hunting, so I wouldn't know what to buy. I came from a Bigfoot environment, so it was mostly like cameras, motion sensor, maybe. If
I was going to say, motion sensors is probably the other thing, and remote, so you have remote setups.
Yeah, but ghost-wise, I would not.
So we're probably more assuming that it's going to be more of an interview-based show rather than we'll go out and stake ourselves in the haunted house for the night type show.
Unless we go full Blair Witch with the camera.
Just too heavy.
Your accommodations at the bed and breakfast here have been rented out for a 3-month period, so that was already covered. So okay, going once of anything extra you might have wanted to bring along. There are some convenience stores here in Bloodworth Hollow, but there's no like Supermax stores. There's no like Walmarts or places that carry like lots of stuff.
Are they even open on Saturdays, let alone Sundays?
Saturdays, yes. Sundays, you're not sure yet.
Lots of Aquanet.
Oh, you got to have the Aquanet.
Yeah. Like multiple cans of Aquanet, and cigarettes.
Oh, do you want to just say you invested some in wardrobe? So
yeah.
Like you've got various types of clothing and makeup, etc.
Yeah, I gotta look good.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say you've got a wardrobe section. Okay.
Do we need to say anything like, we got extra batteries for the camera or tape?
Jan's already said that. Yep.
Jan's
got that.
What else? Boom mics.
I will say, Bill, you have computer skills. Did you want to have like a luggable? Like at that time, they had the suitcase-sized luggable PCs, or maybe even one of the portable Commodores or anything like that.
Yeah, my brother sends these weird technological marvels to me from wherever he's at. So
yeah, we'll say it even has like a 300 baud modem on it.
That fast, huh?
Well, because so this will become important because assuming you can get a good phone connection, you could dial into your campus to do some research if needed.
All right.
Not as extensive as the internet of today, but yeah, this was a thing in the 80s.
Probably dial into some school's computer somewhere where they have all the, microfiche access or something.
Sure, on your 8-bit computer with 64 colors. Yeah.
Huh? 65. Might have an extra one.
Okay, so going twice. Anything else that you would want to have gotten prior to coming here?
Anything you would have, Professor?
No.
I'm going to say the professor has like this nice, it looks like a very well used office briefcase, but it's filled with pill bottles, injectables, smokables.
I want a book, Ghost Hunting for Dummies.
Ghost Hunting for Dummies.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 Dummies series, is that even out yet?
Yeah.
In 84?
Well, I think the first ones were. Let's find out. Let's see.
I wasn't alive in the 80s. I'm sorry.
I vaguely remember. Oh, they had the Idiot's Guides, I'm pretty sure.
The Idiot's Guide, because
Yeah.
that was less appropriate, yes. But yeah, like the Idiot's Guide to Ghost Hunting or something.
Nope. The first Dummies was 91, but the Idiot's Guides did precede that for a little bit.
Can I have a copy of Tobin's Spirit Guide?
Yes, but it's like one of these mimeographed backroom presses that you had to send off in a mail order for.
I like it.
Which may or may not be useful. We'll say that. So, if that's all.
I don't know, do we need to specify about light meters and that? I'm just thinking what sort of stuff
I'm going to assume you have everything you need for proper filming. So you would have those little meters that tell you what your light levels are. Anything you would need to do a proper job of filming. Maybe even lights with the diffusion shrouds and all that.
Oh, you're getting all fancy now.
Ooh.
Portable tape recorder as well for interviewing.
Portable green screen.
No.
I don't know. I mean, you can get Quantel. I mean, if you've got a computer, you could potentially have Quantel graphics.
I don't think your college student is up to CGI just yet.
That's what they had on Doctor Who back in the day to do their graphics, and that was the mid '80s. So, yeah.
Well, I remember having one of the early Amigas with a piece called the Video Toaster, which is what they used to make the special effects for Babylon 5 with. But that was in like 93. That's still a decade more than where you are.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
All right. So it sounds like that's it. And I did catch the smokes. So you got a couple of cartons of your favorite brands of cigarettes there as well. It might also be good trade stock. Who knows? But you are in this bed and breakfast called A Taste of Bloodworth. You haven't actually checked into your rooms yet. It was a long drive. It was supposed to be a 6-hour drive, but somehow you kept getting backtracked. It seemed like you were going over the same piece of road several times until you finally pulled off into the right place. So your 6-hour drive ended up being more like an 8-hour drive. You're all pretty ragged. You've been yelling at each other to go in the right directions for the last couple of hours. It's just like a 2-hour loop where you just kept seeming to go back over the same piece of ground. But you're here now.
Who's the driver?
That's up to you guys. Soothing your nerves with a pot of coffee and some of the fluffiest, lightest pancakes you've had in a long time. And the sausage, it's amazing. Didn't even order the sausage. They just brought it out to you. Full stick of butter. Not even these little spreads of faux butter. They just bring out a full stick of butter, lay it on the table.
Hell yeah. This place is great.
Anyway, so let's take up at the table as you have worn on each other's last nerve for the last 2 hours, but after getting some food and coffee in, you can more speak like adults to one another. So let's pick it up at the table.
All right. So, first thing tomorrow. What? Who's doing what? Like, I got a library card. I can see if there's a library here. See if we can get some local information, newspaper clippings. What
I
do you guys-
mean, why are we here? Are we chasing a particular story? Are we just here to find a thing?
we were chasing just anything. I feel like I think we're doing like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you did a little research on the closest place that you could reach that has a tradition of hauntings and things that might be good for your
Yeah,
And
it was
so this
just in
place came
general.
up with
Okay.
missing people, cryptids, hauntings.
Like
There's
the
been a
worst.
lot going on in this town.
Yeah, so we can just start getting information, maybe getting the interviews, and then whatever we do find, we go from there, right? Because we just chop and edit.
I mean, yeah, we can just go out and talk to people and, Like-
Yeah,
hey, have you seen anything weird or spooky? And then,
yeah, like get local
Follow
news
up.
articles, like talk to the locals, see if anything recent. Like there were that whole bus of people went missing. How long ago was that?
A
Like
few years.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So something else is bound to have happened that the locals here know about.
I'm pretty sure that rural people in Appalachia like to talk to city folks.
And they gave us a whole stick
That
of
should be
butter.
fun. That's true. They did give little pats of butter anger me.
I know, and God, just give me the real butter all the time, all day.
So who was in charge of the trip planning? Like who would have looked at the road atlases? Which one of your person would have been the preparer?
Not
Could have
me.
been none of you.
If anyone, it'd probably be Dunhill. If it's
yeah,
gonna
I was just thinking I probably would have done that to,
He's
know
the
what's out there.
professor, after all.
Well, being the pusher as your class, one of the things you know is that this pipeline through here, up through the Appalachian Trail, this is a very small town. The next large city is Aviation Hill, which is it's basically the next town over. There's a small college campus. It's got malls and such, but this is where all the sightings and supernatural things have happened in this small town. That's why you're here, right? But the next town over, Aviation Hill, is much larger, and also is a big hub of illegal narcotic activities. A lot of
Nice.
biker gangs traffic through here, selling, So you would have known that anyway.
I'm sure that in no way affected our decision to come here.
But when fake news was mentioning about looking at archives and such, this little podunk town has no library. They don't have a newspaper here,
Okay.
so there's no morgue for that. Aviation Hill is going to be your best bet. The college campus would have a small library, and you believe there's probably a newspaper there that might have a morgue,
Okay.
but not in this small town.
Oh, we can start simple. Maybe I'll find the oldest person that lives in the town.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
how we do it.
They'll have all the newspapers.
Yes, because they would have been used to wipe up the piss and poop from their beds.
I ain't reading those. Somebody else can do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, perfectly legible collection. Yeah.
Well, I need to get out and see what sort of good filming shots we got here. Need to go location scouts.
Yep.
Go location scouting.
So you arrived later than you liked. You wanted to get here early enough to check out what the lighting looks like, what the town looks like for camera. You want to get some stock footage, some B-roll. But you arrived a little too late. You're only
We've got plenty of time for that.
yeah. You've got about an hour till it gets dark. So the sun's just now starting to set.
Pancakes with butter for dinner?
Well, yeah. So their menus have breakfast all day long. They do have a lunch and a dinner period. But like you didn't really order. You just kind of sat down and the waitress brought over a pot of coffee. You didn't really think about that. You just hit the coffee as you grumbled at each other. And then a plate of pancakes arrived, and then a plate of sausages arrived, and a stick of butter arrived. Surprisingly, it's exactly what you wanted.
Did we want it before we had it? Is it something we've always wanted now?
Sorry, I'm trying to place where you are on the map so I can tell you what's around you that you saw coming in. There we go. All right. So the close by shops that you saw coming in, maybe people would be there that you could interview, etc. And again, you have not checked into your rooms yet. You passed one of the really obvious things kind of up on this hill that kind of overlooks the town is what you figure is a junkyard, because you saw a bunch of junked and wrecked cars up there, but it had this huge 30-foot tall like metal statue of a man that was made out of cars. Like it is hard to miss. Like it's just up on the promontory as you were coming in, so you saw that. There is let's see, Mama Wise's antique store. You saw that sign out, so you've got a small antique store. There was a veterinary clinic on the same street here. And you remember crossing, making a turn coming into the hollow where there was a bait shop and barbecue shop. One shop that sells both bait and barbecue.
We gotta try that barbecue later.
And you passed a general store and gas place coming into town as well. There are some other side streets, but that's just what you saw coming in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess, are we done eating at this point?
Oh yeah.
All right. Did we get a bill?
Not yet.
Check, please.
Waitress comes over, wearing kind of like a pink taffeta uniform with lacy trim, and she's got a black badge on that says Lacey. She looks like she's in her 30s, maybe mid to late 30s, but she's got like heavy makeup on that kind of blends all the lines on her face. So she might even be older, but she's got the figure of a 30-year-old that keeps in shape. She comes by and says, puts her hands on her hip and says, well, did you all eat well? Did you like the pancakes there? The coffee? Did you need more coffee? You looked a little stressed when you came in.
No, thank you. This was amazing.
Well, you're welcome, honey. I assumed that you were that fancy group that the college rented out those 3 rooms for.
Oh,
That's us.
Yeah, that's us.
Well, it is our off season. We don't get very many travelers, so you got the whole second floor to yourselves, dear. There's 3 rooms up there and a public bathroom as well. You do have a little toilet and showers in each of your rooms, but if you want a nice bath, we got a steam room in there too. You can use that, of course. I'll get you your keys. Your college paid for your first meal and your last meal. I'm not exactly sure why that is.
That's not the same meal, right?
Well, it is 2 distinct meals according to the billing. But it appears that you are on your own for the intermittent meals for the next 3 months, I believe. So you're going to be wintering here with us.
All right. Well,
don't fret it. It doesn't get too bad around here. The last big snow we had was about 10 years ago. Snow all the way up so you couldn't open the doors. You had to climb up out of the chimney or out of a attic window just to get out of your homes. But that's been a good 10 years.
We're on the second floor, though, right?
So, yeah. Are you guys taking any part-time help
Well, we are kind of slow over these seasons, but if you're looking to maybe make up those meals between your first and last,
yeah,
I'll let you know.
I'll be here.
Anything we need to watch out for around these parts?
Well, you know how it is. We got a little bit of a drug problem going on, like most of the cities do these days. The youngins, they get a little rambunctious now and then. They like to do that street racing at night. So, I'd stay out of the streets. And, well, I mean, you don't want to buy anything sold out of somebody's jacket or anything, if you know what I'm saying.
Not good quality? Or
Looks at Professor.
Well, you never know what you're going to get, honey. You may be looking for a good time, and instead you get 3 hours of watching spiders crawl underneath your skin. I do speak from experience.
Only 3 hours?
well, I'm sure we can do something to help with the drug problem.
Well, few have tried, and none have succeeded. Well, if you have any questions, taps her name on her blouse and says, "Oh, we do have turn down service too. If you got any laundry you need doing, there's a hamper in your rooms. Just fill that up, stick it outside your door before 10 a.m. and we'll have it back to you by noon."
Thank you.
That's mighty nice.
What was her name again? Is it Lucy?
Lacey.
Well,
Lacey.
Lacey.
Right, well, is there anywhere else to eat in this town, Lacey? Not to, I just want to know if we're going to be coming here for every meal or.
Oh no, there's plenty of places to eat around. Barbecue is one of the specialties of the town. Given that, we got year-round hunting season around here. There's always something you're able to shoot and kill and grill.
I saw the bait and barbecue shop on the way in. What do you think?
Oh
about
yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty
Okay.
good. They got their own family recipe there, but you're going to find many other competing stalls around.
Okay. What's the best in your opinion?
In my opinion, well, my pappy's own, of course. We serve it right
Oh,
here.
That's the sausage, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed.
It was the
Could you
best
taste the
sausage I've
maple
had.
syrup in there?
I thought it was maple. Okay. Yeah.
And I'll give you a little hint, sugar. I like you. My secret ingredient: coffee grounds.
Brilliant.
Well, I'll leave you be. Let me go get them keys for you there. I don't know why the odd number of rooms. They said you might need a room for work and 2 rooms to inhabit. So you got 3 rooms. As I said, that's the entirety of the second floor and a common room bathroom up there. Let me go get your keys. Do you need any help with your luggage? My boy Bluto's around. He can give you a little bit of help.
Hey, that's my brother's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's your father, if I might ask? Because, Bluto's father. Well, let's just say we had a little one night stand. Bluto looks a lot like you, actually.
Well, I guess we know who to go to for moonshine then.
There's plenty of moonshine around here. There is indeed. Did you need help with any luggage?
No, I think we can handle it.
Okay, well, let me go get those keys. Would you like any dessert? We got us, what do we got tonight? We got peach pie tonight and some vanilla ice cream, homemade.
Hell
Absolutely. I got room for dessert.
If it's already paid for, then yeah. Why not?
Yeah, she brings you out some fresh, piping hot apple pie and a little side order of vanilla ice cream to go with it. And 3 keys. They got these big, chunky wood kind of ovals on them with the room numbers, like 2A, B, and C. Like they're just big enough to be inconvenient. There's no easy way to put your key anywhere. All right. So you haven't seen anyone else here that looks like they're guests or newcomers. Everybody looks like they know Lacey very well. Like she's chatting up some local news to some farmers that came in, and it looks every bit like you'd imagine a farmer to look. They're wearing overalls. They smell pretty bad. They're streaked with grime, but they all seem to know Lacey really well. She brings them out stacks of pancakes and sausage. But you do appear to be the only guests of a Taste of Bloodworth, the name of this place.
I love this place. Already feels like home. But I'm gonna finish up my dessert, and you said it's probably dark now at this point.
By the time you've finished your dessert, it's not quite full dark, but the sun is just about gone down over the horizon.
Okay, so it's not too late yet. I guess I'll just hang out here and sip at a coffee or something and just listen.
Well, you've got your keys. If you want to check into your room or anything, you can do that, or you can go enjoy the town.
Check into the
December in this part of the world, so it's probably only about 7, not quite 7:30 yet.
I think I'll move my things up to my room.
Okay.
And
well, there's the question. You got 3 rooms. They are all equal in size. They each have a single bathroom that doesn't have a bathtub, but does have a shower stall, toilet, vanity. There are a lot of like guest size, like soap, shaving utensils, stuff like that. In the disposable packages and stuff. Each room has 2 beds. They're doubles, but there's 2 of them in each room. There's old, CRT color. Well, probably would have been not top of the line, but a couple of years old at this point. Cable box on top, but you got to pay for the cable.
Well, I take 2A.
Okay.
Because it would be distasteful for me to room with a gentleman that I am not wed to in a small town like this. So I'm choosing to liberate 2A for myself and myself alone. Yep.
Are there 3 beds in either of the other 2 rooms?
There's 2 doubles. One of you are going to snuggle.
Yeah, I'll take 2C and I'll have all the equipment in my room so I can keep an eye on it.
Okay. Well, you do 2B, which is kind of the middle room that has doors that go to the other 2 rooms. Like, so it's 3. There are 3 in a row, A, B, and C. So B is the center one, and everybody can come into B from the side rooms, and you can lock that door from either A, B, or C, so that if you want privacy, you can have it. But that center room actually has the beds have been removed, and extra tables have been put out, as well as an extra television. So there's 2 televisions in there, and a couple of extra packs of like their hotel stationery. Like they made it a small office with a couple of folding tables that you can stick out if you want more room. If you look in the closet, you'll see that like the beds have been broken down and put in the closet. So if you wanted to put another bed together, you can.
Well, we can just move one of the beds from my room over to the middle room, right?
However you want to do it, but it sounds like fake news is claiming a room to herself.
Yep.
I was just wondering, if we're on the 2nd floor, who's on the 1st floor?
The 1st floor is the
just the reception.
The diner is the diner area. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's one of those 1st floor, ground floor fun situations.
Well, is there a 3rd floor?
There is a 3rd floor.
Oh, okay. Is there anybody? I'm going to go up onto the 3rd floor and knock on some doors, see if anybody answers.
Yeah. So the 3rd floor actually has 6 rooms, but doesn't have the private bath area that your floor does. Instead, it has the 2 more. Well, it has 3 more rooms up there. If you want, you can't tell just by looking if any of them are occupied. All the doors
just
are
knock
closed.
on the doors and see if anybody's
You just go down. One of the doors you knock, and the door wasn't completely locked. It swings open, and there's a maid that's just kind of cleaning up, putting down new linen. You frighten her just a little bit as she quickly goes to her Walkman to turn it off. She's teenager, fairly young teenager, probably between 14 and 16, 17, you think?
Oh, hey. We just moved into the second floor. I was just seeing if anybody was up here on the third floor. That's all.
Not yet. Not yet. We got a guest coming next week. Just the one room. I'm just airing it out. We haven't really used this floor in a while, so I want to. What's it smell like?
I take a whiff. It's probably cleaner than any of the places I've been in recently.
I don't know. Your smell might actually be fairly well developed because of being able to know if something is a good product or not. We'll say. But let's go ahead and have the first roll of the game here. I've got all the skills out. Let's do this as a. Let's see. I have to re-familiarize myself with rules myself, so give me just a minute here. We're going to do this as oh, you know what? No, we're actually going to do this as, do you have home brewing as a skill?
I don't think so. That's not something that's on my list.
I have home brewing, yes.
You're not there, though.
Okay.
If you don't, it's just a D20 plus your wisdom bonus. No ranks in it, so no special roll. Nothing special can come from the roll, but you still might pick something up.
Well, here you go then. A 17.
Pretty good.
As I have no modifier.
It smells like Mr. Clean has recently been applied to everything.
Of course.
It smells like old cigarettes, not recently smoked, but like somebody was a smoker that spent a lot of time in here a while ago. It still kind of lingers.
Yeah.
More importantly, it definitely has the yeasty smell of like freshly brewed alcohol. And you're not sure if that's a cleaner or not.
Yeah.
But it's quite potent and it does linger in the air.
Yeah, I can still smell some stuff here. There's some cigarettes, a little bit of alcohol, but I don't know. Is that your?
Oh, well, the cigarettes, you know, people smoke all the time and she lights up a cigarette. she's talking.
Why wouldn't
to
you? It's healthy. Well, it's not healthy. But...
Oh, the alcohol. Well, yeah, it's probably some of the cleaner solution I'm using here. Okay. But you don't smell anything coppery? And she gives you like the shifty dog eye where she kind of looks at you and then her glaze kind of slides away.
I look at the headrest of the bed. Is it made out of copper? No,
it's
no,
wood.
I can't smell anything coppery in here. No.
Oh, okay, all good then. She leaves a little mint on the cloth, and she's getting all of her stuff together. Is there anything else I can do to help you? I'm Sherry, by the way.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, as I said, we've all just moved in downstairs in the second.
Oh, you're the group that's going to be here for the next few months.
Yeah. Are you the person who's going to be around most of the time while we're here?
I'm part-time help. I'm off of school for the winter.
All right. Okay.
Well, but if you need anything, you can ask for me. That's fine. I'm usually night downstairs at night. You know, they got a nice TV down there, and I just kind of, you know, kick my feet up, watch MTV. I don't have to pay for the cable. It's one of the perks.
Okay. No idea what MTV is, but all right. Okay.
She gives you the definite look like you're old, dude.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Back down and find the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the professor ducked out for a while. You guys have, so what were the accommodation? Did you decide to put 3 beds in one room then? I know that, let's see.
Well, you said the middle room didn't have any because they were collapsed, right?
But they were in the closet, so like you could take them out and set them up if you wanted to. But Jameis said that he was setting up his room to be
Yeah, well, if the office is the office is set up to be 2B, then I suppose it makes sense to take over 2B then, because you need to have lots of space to put up your camera stuff and
Yeah.
tapes and potentially editing stuff and all that. It's going to be sprawled over with tapes and that within 5 minutes.
Yeah. But just so that for no particular reason, Dion or fake news has a room to herself. The middle room is the office. And are you going to leave the doors unlocked in the office so that you could reach it from the rooms on either side, or how do you want to arrange things?
If I can,
You don't know what the safety of this town is like. You were told that there is a younger element that are kind of hoodlums. So, and you've got some expensive equipment. So you decide what you want to
do. In the office room, even if it's just, like I said, a bit sloppier bed than what the others have.
Yep. And you can lock up the office room so you can't come in through the two side doors too. So, yeah. However you want to do that. And I'm going to guess the three of you are going to be in the last room, in room C. All of your rooms have a window facing to the more scenic side of Bloodworth Hollow, which is not looking directly at the scrapyard. You've got a view of the countryside. And there's apparently an old factory out in the distance that you can see from here too. It's not like you don't see smoke coming out of the big stacks in the factory, but there's like an old factory out there in the hills.
Interesting. So, in my character pack of things that I receive, one of them was an extra set of bedroom locks.
Okay.
So I'm going to implement my own locks onto the main entryway to my room.
Okay. But not the side door that goes to the middle room?
Well, it only said I had one extra set of locks, so I'm just assuming the one that goes that
Yeah.
And I just, have it locked while I'm there.
Sure. Yeah, while you're in the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But like during the day, like I leave it unlocked so housekeeping can like get in, obviously.
Sure. While you're setting up and you're unpacking, again, you brought, well, maybe you can decide how much you actually brought, but I did say you had a wardrobe, 3 months worth of clothing. So you're unpacking into your rooms. The windows, like I said, are the more scenic area of Bloodworth, but if you're looking out from room A or C, you've got another window. Both of those look out into like the streets, and you're already hearing some cars kind of revving up engines. You see a group of kids out on the street below. The street lights are on. The final bits of the sun have gone away, and there's some really classy looking cars down there, but they also look to be like, they're not cars from 84. They're more like cars from like the 70s and 60s. They're older cars, but they're like in really great condition.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, you can hear, kids are gathering on the streets. Engines are revving. People are looking under each other's hoods.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna get settled in, get everything all unpacked and all that, and then check on the other guys, see what they're doing.
Okay. Okay. Ed, what are you doing?
Well, I'll be coming back down at some point and say, there's nobody upstairs for the next week or so. So, we could take over those 3 rooms upstairs as well, temporarily, if we needed to. I just thought I'd check it out and see if there was anybody else here. It only seems to be a part-time maid, so, maybe they won't spot us, or maybe we can slip an extra $10 or something to them so they won't alert the management. Just if we need it.
Okay. What's her name?
Think it began with an S.
Sherry?
Yeah.
Might have been. I'm not sure. I do remember that she left a mint on the pillow. Did we get any mints on our pillows?
No.
No. So, you know. Do our rooms smell?
They smell
Full of
clean.
alcohol, tobacco?
They smell
Right.
clean. And actually, if anybody wants to go ahead and do that homebrew check, not you, Richard, you already have. You don't smell the alcohol strongly in here, but you don't smell like the old smoke smell either. Would you have peeked into the? I also said that there was like an extra room down here that was kind of a community area with like a full bath. And all. Did you want to peek in there?
Most likely we would have.
Yeah,
Take a look
I
around.
want to check it out.
Okay. So it is a lounge that has one of these large kind of U-shaped sitting area with a large coffee table. There's a fairly large television in this room. Plants and potters that look like they're thriving very well. There's a large refrigerator and there's a microwave in here, as well as the bathroom has a large old style brass clawed bathtub. Really large sink area, double sink, double mirrors. In the refrigerator, you note that there's just a note there that says there's no food service after 9 p.m. But it's filled with TV dinners,
Mhm.
and they've got like $5 for this one, and it's like.
That's how you know we're Gen X, because nobody else would call them TV dinners. How do I make a homebrewing roll?
They're all Swanson. Just roll a d20, add your wisdom, and then your rank and bonus for homebrewing.
Okay.
When I get to screwing around with alchemy, I'll make an actual character sheet in there for it. But until then, just use the d20 plus mod button and put in all your mods.
No.
Ooh.
So you don't even, it just smells overwhelmingly of clean. Like it when I say clean that way, I mean like industrial clean, like
Gotcha.
strong scent of pine and lemon.
Nose just being too clogged up from the funk of being in the van for 8 hours.
Yeah. Yep. There's also a coffee machine with packets of coffee. Those appear to be gratis. There's in the cupboards are several cups. There's a tin of hot cocoa, bag of marshmallows. Yeah, it's just a place to hang out.
I'm gonna make
There
myself.
is also a
hot
fireplace,
chocolate.
but it is not lit.
I'm making a hot chocolate.
Okay. The tin hasn't been opened. You open it up, and the powder inside is kind of like how when you get like a powdered something like this, like if it's really old, it gets kind of chunky, solid.
Mm.
Like it's still usable, but yeah, this has been sitting in there for a while.
I am not making a hot chocolate.
Still, hey, expiration dates are just guidelines, Dion.
You just
Us
break
Gen
it up
X
with a
folks know
spoon.
that. The coffee and tea bags, though, seem to be like they're all dated within this month, so those are fresh. But the cocoa has been there. Might have even been left by a prior guest. You're thinking?
Is it Ovaltine?
No, it's just a generic hot cocoa mix.
That's why I'm not having it. Only
Yeah,
big
you're gonna-
chocolatey Ovaltine for me, please.
We're gonna need
The
to get
marshmallow
some-
bag is also like hard as rocks too.
Excuse me,
okay.
Fake. Do you have your Dakota ring with you?
I left it at home in my lockbox.
Prized possession, that.
Hmm. I didn't want to risk losing it.
All right, but other than that, there doesn't appear to be anything else in here. If anybody wants to toss the place to see if anything else was left behind, you're welcome to. There is a roll for that.
I have an investigation roll. Is that help?
Yeah. You can roll that if you'd like.
So it's a d20 plus 1 because I have 2 ranks in it. Right?
Yeah.
So 5.
Well, you would only have one. You can't have 2 ranks. You would only have 1 rank and a +1.
Right.
But either way, it adds plus. It's +2 to the roll.
Oh, well, it's a 6 then.
Okay. You really don't find anything else. You open up the other pantry. Like, you don't do an in-depth search. You'd open up the other doors just to see if there's anything in there. You look in the bathroom. Somebody left a really nice razor. It's got like an ivory handle, and it's one of these where you put the double blades in and screw the head down. So it's kind of old-timey, maybe even antique. It doesn't look like it belongs here because the ones in your room are all like these pre-plastic disposables. So somebody left this here.
You said it looks expensive. That's ivory.
It looks like an antique. It's got like an ivory handle or a bone handle on it.
I'm gonna bring it downstairs for lost and found.
Okay. You go downstairs. There are a few you imagine to be locals. They probably said they were 18, but you see some younger looking faces that are drinking beer. The downstairs stops serving food at 8, but they are open until 10 for alcohol and libations. It seems to be like the public gathering place. So there's some not teens drinking, along with some of the farmers you saw earlier. They're just hanging out, listening to sports on the TV, that sort of thing. So you come down. Waitress is still there. Lacey.
18th. What year? Every year.
What can I do for you, sugar? Your room's okay?
Yes, they're wonderful. Thank you. We checked out the lounge area, and I found this. It looks like an antique. I figure it might be important to somebody.
Oh, well, that's very nice looking. Looks like something Mama Wise would have sold. We'll take it over there and see if she remember who bought it.
Okay.
Here she takes it from me. Well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You care for a beer or anything?
You know what?
Something a little stiffer. We got some homemade shine.
Do you have apple pie moonshine?
Well, I can certainly make you apple pie moonshine. And she puts down like a tall glass, pours a very clear but very potent smelling liquid into it, and she rummages around for like these coffee flavorings until she finds one that says sour apple. She kind of shrugs, pours that in there with one that says gingerbread, pours that in there and hands it over to you. First one's on the house.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so there's a roll for this. Or actually, I should say there's a save for this.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a second. It's for the
I've had apple pie moonshine. This is not far from the truth at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, bear with me. Haven't ran this in a while. Okay. Make me a poison save.
All right, so I have to get. Is it
Or under?
Under to save, or is it I have to roll over?
I think it's at or under. Let me again look here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under because you get worse.
Okay, because my poison save is a 14.
Oh wow!
Hell.
So much better than
And I rolled a 19.
Okay. It is a lot more potent than you expected. You're probably not a yeoman drinker. You after your experience to become the final girl, you probably had a drinking problem. This is a lot more potent than you're used to. I mean, you cough a little, but it hits you fast. It's the equivalent of like drinking 5 beers like all at once. So you go to being tipsy real quick. But it tastes good, just a lot stronger than you expected. So you're inebriated right now. Okay. So depending on some certain things you might do in the next several hours, there might be a penalty, might be a bonus.
All right, hell yeah. I'm gonna mingle while I nurse this the rest of the way.
Sure. You look like you're in the mid-20s. Yeah. I mean, basically everybody there is pretty congenial towards you. So you mingle. This news is going on. It's kind of boring though. Farmers are all looking at like futures market to see what's going to be worth selling come the new season. The locals are all talking about who's going to win pink slips tonight. They are definitely underage.
When
Meanwhile,
slips.
upstairs.
Yeah,
So fake news, Dion's character was the only one that really like took a really good look around the common room. Was anyone else doing that, or what are the rest of you doing? Anyone?
I'm looking for these brownies that I packed.
Oh, well, you packed them, so I assume you know where they are.
Yes, and I'm going to eat one.
Okay, well, I think you have bonuses for these kind of saves, though.
I do.
And well, do you even want to save? I assume you're eating it for its ability to get you high.
Yes, I'm attempting to do that. So I will.
Okay, I tell you what, let's not even roll. I mean, you know your own stuff. You mellow out on one of your edibles. You turn on a TV, turn on music or anything?
I do. I turn on the TV.
Okay, so basic channels are all free. You've got your ABC, NBC, public access. There's even one that's just news and like radio. All the other channels, there's like 10 other channels. They're all like pay per view, though. It tells you that like you've, if you want to watch this, you got to go down and put it on your bill, that sort of thing.
I'll watch the news, man. That sounds fun.
Well, you put on the news. It is not local; it's more regional news, and they're talking about it's going to be a hard winter. They're saying cold, very cold, bitterly cold. They're not expecting the snow to be plentiful, though, so it's not going to be deep snow, but it's going to be very cold this season, is what they're saying. Giving you the warning to make sure that all your pets are brought in at night. First expected frost has already happened, so we're well into December. But yeah, so other things going on is that up in Aviation Hill, apparently they're noting the fact that there is reportedly an FBI team that has set up shop there, although they're not commenting on why they're there. Someone heard secondhand from a brother, sister's cousin's mom that they were there on, quote, vacation, but no word from the actual agents themselves. There's speculation on the TV that this may have to do with the rash of missing people that have happened in the last 6 months. And they also go back to the missing bus of cheerleaders and sports ball team that happened 3 years ago. So that's what's on the news as you veg out eating your brownie. Anyone else?
Well, I mean, I'm vaguely interested in what's going on with the cars outside.
Okay.
Because, this might be a good way to get some stories or push some product, depending on what happens down there. So, yeah.
Because everybody knows that you race best when you're on speed.
I mean,
you go faster.
That's right.
The
red pills make you go faster.
I mean,
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. You want to go out on the street, or do you want to just open up a window and see what's going on?
No, I want to get down there and see what's going on.
All right. So you pass the not really crowded first floor, where folks are just unwinding with some drinks. You see fake news is meandering around talking to folks. She's looking a little unsteady on her feet as she's drinking heavily from. It's actually a mason jar that you were served in, Dion.
I mean, a wave as I go through.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
right here.
A wave as I'm going through.
That could be served in a liter jug like Richard has his drinks.
All right, Richard. Let me see if I picture this right. So you look like a professor. You're wearing like a houndstooth coat with the tweed pads.
I've got a leather jacket. Tweed patches on, as opposed to a tweed jacket with leather patches on.
Okay, I got you. You're doing the reverse.
It just called me professor. It doesn't mean I know anything. But yeah, jeans and a t-shirt as well. So
Okay, well, jeans and t-shirts. Okay, go out. Again, these cars look like these are cars that you would see in like auto shows. Like they're well kept and they're 20, 30 years old. Great condition. Looks like these kids are really good mechanics, or there is a good mechanic in town because there's a lot of aftermarket work done to them. They're racing on the streets, looking around. You don't see a police officer anywhere.
Good.
And, you know, they all look like they're high school age, maybe last year, like, you know, seniors in high school. 16 to 18 or so.
Yeah, I was
With
gonna say
them.
that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Nobody's
Yeah.
drinking. Everybody's smoking, but no one's like got any open alcohol out at all. You know what? I think because you're a pusher, you know marks when you see them. People are handing joints around along with the cigarettes. You can definitely smell that the cigarettes are cut with a little bit of herb. You do see that somebody is quickly like kind of thumbing their nose after just doing a line of something.
all right. Well,
But they all look like, you know, none of them look like thugs. They don't look like gang. Like they look like clean cut high school teenage. You know, that's actually kind of weird. They look like teens from the 50s or 60s instead of like, you know, well into the 80s. Nobody's got like teased up hair. Nobody's wearing like brightly colored fabrics or anything like that. They all look really clean cut.
So they're mods and rockers.
this is weird. All right. Okay.
Some of them are wearing leather jackets.
Oh my god.
Not all of them.
I'm there with them.
Okay.
All right.
With
Right.
the camera, because what I'm doing is sort of main sort of thing.
Oh, you're getting roll. Okay, so are you getting your B-roll? You got your battery in?
No, it's a camera in terms of just like a clip camera. Not
Oh,
a,
okay. You're okay. You're looking at shots then. Line.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking at shot composition and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if we have for 3 months, I got plenty of time for B-roll. I'm not that urgent.
Something you notice is the main street, which is, you know, street that runs right through the middle of the town. Most of the shops are on your side of the street, which would be like if you're facing north, they're all on the right-hand side. There are a few shops on the left, but not many. It looks like it's mostly residential, and there are not nearly as many street lights in that direction. But the main strip is well lit, and you're also wondering, like, this can't be legal. What's going on? Like, you're seeing them tearing through this main strip of street, you know, hitting insane speeds, and there's not a police officer in sight.
We're not narcs. We don't care.
Hmm.
I'm only seeing how the light reflects off the car and sort of seeing how that looks good.
Again, yeah, so you're also struck by the way that the town looks like it's a couple of decades in the past. Not just the shop fronts, which are kind of a little bit old-timey, well kept. Nothing looks like it's downtrodden. People have been, at least on this side of the road, upkeeping their shops to make everything look very, very clean, but not modern at all.
Shoot, happy days here and not actually have to do any sectors.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. There are a few folks wearing leather jackets, greased hair, but even they look clean cut.
What shops are actually open? Is there actually anything open or just a
So you spent an hour. So I'm going to say nothing is open right now, other than the B&E, B&B bed and breakfast that you just left. It's still open.
B&E may be more accurate than you think.
You do see that the lights are on in the veterinary clinic, but it's got a close sign.
Mhm.
There is someone in there though. Like, it's the whole front of the store is glass. You can kind of see in. There is somebody doing something on a table in there, but the close sign is out. There's a fat guy in a trench coat and kind of a scruffy looking guy with like a hat on, a boom box on the ground, and they're just kind of sitting there, arms crossed. Every once in a while, somebody will come by and you'll slap something in their hand and they'll walk on.
Not even supposed to be working today.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what I was going to go over to one of the teenagers and say, "Hey, where'd you get this stuff from?"
Okay.
But I mean, if they then point at Jay and Silent Bob,
It's actually Bob and Silent J.
oh yeah, of course, can't no copyright infringement here. But yeah, no, I mean,
They're obviously dealers. Yeah. Yeah.
Then, yeah,
They're obviously
I
the
want to go over
dealer.
and talk to them and see what sort of supply they get.
Okay.
going on there. So yeah.
Despite the 50s, 60s looking street and all the clean cut teenagers, these guys do look a little scruffier. They don't look like they're in school unless they're being held back. I mean, they're young, but they're probably 19, 20. and he's got some UTFO, some rap music blaring out of his stereo. And he's kind of like doing a little jig on the street, attempting to moonwalk, not doing a great job at it.
All right.
You walk up, and right away, like he kind of like checks you out, and you don't know why this happens, but this always happens. He's like, "Hey, professor, what can I do for you? I don't sell tobacco, but I got something you'd probably like."
What you got? I'm
Oh,
with the other people. We're going to be in town for like 3 months. I just want to know what sort of experience I'm going to have while I'm here.
well, what kind of experience you looking for? You looking for enlightenment? You looking to relieve some stress? You looking to hype yourself up? I got a little bit of everything. Yeah, he literally, his buddy opens up his trench coat, and they've got like bags. He's got bags sewn in on one side. He's got pill bottles on the other side. All right. So with your experienced eye, though, pretty pedestrian stuff. Like it's like obviously he's got some marijuana there. He's got probably some mescaline. You're thinking is what that is over there. Those little pills there. All natural stuff though. So like whoever was doing that line of coke didn't buy it from these guys. A little dried up mushrooms and another like clear film canister.
Oh, well, this ain't good. This isn't what I want. I mean, who's your biggest rival? Doesn't sound. Yeah, sure.
Oh, you want hard stuff? Well, if you want the
Yeah,
hard
what
stuff,
you
you
got?
got to deal with those guys out of Aviation Hill, a bunch of bikers. We only sell the all natural stuff here.
All right, okay.
And me and Silent J over here, we we only do the natural.
All right. Can you get anything? You got a.
Oh, we got
I
a
mean,
few small
get
things.
any of the natural stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking for? I mean, I got some. He kind of pats himself down instead of Jay, who's still holding his jacket. So he's so okay. It's December, late into of December. He's got like engineering boots on, but then he's got like these skinny white legs, barely any hair on him, and he's wearing these kind of like beach shorts on that go down to his knees under his jacket. He's not got a shirt on at all.
All right. Yeah, nothing right now. As I say, we're here for the next 3 months. I just want to, get a feel for the place for the.
Well, I mean, I can get you a number if you're looking for some harder stuff. I mean, they sell. Well, they do a lot of coke. It's really big right now.
Yeah.
Acid. What are you looking for? He kind of like he pulls out like a business card that says something like B&J Roofing, and then on the back he writes down a number. It's like nobody's going to answer this. This is just a pager. You call this number, and he writes down like 1 is coke. What was 2? 2 is either acid or that new stuff you smoke. I'm not exactly sure. It's 1, 2, or 3. It gets progressively bad.
No. Good to know, just in case. Yeah.
And what you do is you call this pager number, you put in 1, 2, or 3, and then 40 minutes later, you go over to Aviation Hill. You go to the parking lot of that big sports hunting store they got over there. You can't miss it. Biggest store on the block. Just kind of wait out front. Somebody will pull up in a bike. Cash only.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks for that.
As you think to yourself, have I ever taken a check for
I was
drugs?
gonna say, I don't take a credit card machine or anything. So. Sure. All right.
Right. You sure you don't need a little something for the evening?
Nah, I don't think I need to. First night in town. I'm not looking to.
Put away the wares, Jay. He's starting to shiver a little. Buttons back up. His play on the boombox again and goes back to his little sideshow.
All right.
So while this was all going on, Jameis, what was Lars doing?
I was out on the street, getting an eye on what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, they're racing for pink slips. And these are, like I said, these are cars that you would show in like vintage car shows.
Yeah. Doing a few things, but nothing right this second that I want to do.
Okay.
It's only our first night in town. I need to get everything blood underway immediately.
All right. So Lars, you're going around with the camera. You look to be like you're in your 20s. So a girl comes up to you, smacking bubble gum. She kind of looks at your camera and says, "What are you, some kind of narc? You with the cops?"
Lars got disconnected.
Lars gets knifed.
I swear it wasn't me. Well, I mean, you'll never catch me.
All right. So this teenage girl comes up to you, asks if you're some kind of narc, looking at your camera, smacking bubble gum as she's talking to you.
Just right there. Just get the angle right.
You didn't answer my question. Smacking bubble gum. She's wearing an honest to goodness poodle skirt. She does have fishnet stockings on, and her boots are like Doc Martens, but she's wearing a poodle skirt.
And you've probably heard of it. We're a part of the film crew that's in town at the moment doing a documentary.
No. Smacks bubble gum again. She's got her arms crossed. You're drawing a little bit of attention as some of the guys start coming over. It's like, "Hey, Nancy, this guy giving you trouble?" And he's taking pictures. They kind of surround you. It's not threatening other than the fact that you're surrounded. Nobody's got, they don't have like tire irons or anything out. And they all look so clean cut. Yeah, what are you taking pictures for?
See the way the light sort of comes on here? What sort of moons you get around this time of month?
Booze?
Moon, yeah.
Well, someone looks up and says, "Looks like a full one tonight." Another one says, "Yeah, lots of crazy things happen on full moons." The girl smacks her bubble gum, says, "Yeah, people go missing on full moons."
Really? Oh, we're looking to hear about that sort of thing.
They're kind of tightening their circle in a little bit.
Yeah.
So why are you taking pictures again? It's just moonlight. Like, what's so interesting about moonlight?
Have you ever seen the way it reflects off the cars like that? Just the way it sort of catches the highlights in your hair like that. If you sort of show some of the photos, no, it wouldn't be that good.
Have you actually taken any pictures of the kids? Like, have you been lowering your camera to take pictures of the street?
I don't even think I would have been taking pictures at all. I was just mainly using it for the lens and sort of see what it looks like.
Okay.
Just sort of getting it lined up, see how it looks.
All right. The vibe is definitely menacing as they're tightening in around you. And the girl's like, "You didn't answer my question. Are you a cop?"
No, I'm not a cop. I'm Lance Montoya. I'm with the University College of that place over there.
Miskatonic, you, of course. Make me a persuasion check, please.
Oh, no. Okay, I do have a point in that.
Yeah, since you're not lying to them, but you do have to persuade them that you're telling them the truth.
No, just find out. Above average, but barely above average. 11. All
right, that's not bad. Somebody in the back does say, "Yeah, I heard that there was like a film crew or something coming out, some cable show."
Yeah. Would we have business cards? Is that
Nobody said they had business cards. Nope.
Yeah,
you don't even have a name for your show yet, so I imagine the pusher might have something that goes to a beeper, but other than that,
yeah.
But somebody does call out and says, like, no. There's like some new public cable channel thing. I heard it from Lacey over at the B&B. Tension does go down a little bit. But one of the guys says, "Hey, did you get any pictures of us?" Because that's not cool, man.
No. So come and have a look through the lens here and sort of see how it lines up get great angles coming in.
Okay, so the girl does that. And she reaches out for your camera.
Yeah, no, I'm going to hold on to it. Well, I sort of demonstrate with the lenses.
All right. Well, the idea is she's gonna try and eject your film.
See, would I have? Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not good. The film isn't going to be just turned. The film is new, so it's not like it's going to be. There's no exposed film to.
So it's up to you. Are you going to let her do it, or are you going to try to keep her from doing it?
Probably try to stop her, but we can make it an opposed role with.
Yeah, well, tell me how aggressively you want to try and stop her. I imagine. Well, I'm not going to imagine. Are you tall? She's like 5'6".
I'd be taller than that. Basically, think douche bro sort of type person.
Oh, you're obviously 6'2" with a dimple on your chin, and you make the Chad face all day long.
So I'm trying to control the camera itself. So it depends on how aggressively she's trying to get at the bottom. Really.
Okay. I tell you what. No, I'm not gonna roll it. But she's not gonna push it. She's trying to be sly about it. You caught on to what she's trying to do. So you just lift the camera a little bit. She stops, and she says, "Okay." Smacks the bubble gum again. So you didn't take any pictures?
No,
because I don't agree to have my likeness anywhere. And some of the other people are like, "Yeah, we don't agree to that."
Good. Yeah, don't sign off in anything you don't want to have happen.
All right. So one of the drivers come back, and he's doing the woohoo. He's waving a pink slip in the air. The group breaks up. It got a little threatening for a bit, and again in kind of a strange way. No one was really being aggressive. They were just like, it was like suddenly a pack of creatures decided to tighten up around you. There was the decided undercurrent of threat, but nothing like obvious. And so I'm going to say that, Professor, you come back just as the group kind of dissolves around him. The girl's still there, though, smacking the gum, got her arms crossed, looking at you, looks over at you, Professor, as you're coming in.
We're with Cryptid Investigations. Do you like that name? No? Never mind.
All right. Well, she'll walk off and she gives you the parting, like, I'm watching you. Meanwhile, inside, so fake news, you are, if you continue to drink out of that moonshine jar, you are ripped. Like it is. So you are amazingly drunk. You're dancing with a farmer. Remarkably charming, despite the fact he smells like a slaughtered pig.
Hell yeah. Regular pig or long pig?
No, regular. He's a pig farmer. Yeah, he's telling you all about his sows and how the missus died last year, and how you ought to come by and look at his engravings.
Oh, well, I'll think about it. Definitely, yeah, I'll think about it.
I'm gonna say you're too drunk to slyly ask questions, but if you just want to blurt out something, you certainly can. You're not going to be smooth about it in the least bit.
No, I think I'm not even in like questioning mode at this point. I'm just kind of relaxing and just unwinding from the day. So I'm just smoozing, introducing myself to people, trying to get on like a friendly level,
Okay.
somebody that they can talk to me, so I can open up doors later on. At some point though, it's probably getting like after dark by now, right?
Oh, it's definitely dark now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it an early night for myself, because I usually to maintain my final girl physique, I usually get up early to go jogging. So
all right, Lacey actually steps in when some of the farmers are being a little not aggressive, but are like, "Hey, why don't you come back and we continue the party elsewhere?" Lacey steps in. It's like, now. You know what the rules are around here, Clyde. We don't take advantage of folks that get a little too much of the shine. You want to come back and be all polite and nice like in the morning when she's got her wits about her, you can go ahead and do that. And she grabs you by the shoulders and kind of marches you upstairs.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Bill, your character is zoning out on the couch, and you've been left all alone. You left it on a news channel. and you're feeling really good. You're pretty high. This is your own mix. So I'm gonna let you decide like how high you are. But you're full on to the peak of the product, right? And on the television is a commercial. It's like it starts off as like a used car commercial, right? And then the guy that is telling like best deals in town, he puts his face right up to the screen. He's like, "Psst, hey man, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here before you join the rest of us."
Who are you?
I'm the last person that stayed in that room.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
No, look around the room. My diary's in there. Find out everything you need to know, but you can't stay here. You can't stay. Oh my! Oh, they found me. And off the side of the commercial, a car comes barreling across the stream and just runs right over this guy on the screen. And like there's blood that splashes on the screen. You feel a little flecks of the blood on your face. And you blink your eyes, you shake your head, and you're catching the end of the commercial where the guy's just there like, so come on down to Fast Freddy's. Aviation Hill, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except when we're not.
Whoa. I watched for about 5 minutes after that, and then I go over to where he said the diary was and see. If
he didn't say. He just said it's in the room.
I'm gonna look around the room a little bit.
All right.
Search through things.
All right. Let me check real quick to see if you are capable of doing anything right now. Mitch. Yeah, 1 second here. Let me see my drug section.
Probably I'd forget what I was doing about 10 minutes into it.
Those are some damn good brownies. I want some.
I need to tab this thing up, make it a little easier. All right. Go ahead and make me a save versus poison.
All right.
And I think you have a bonus. Well, you may have a bonus, actually. I'm not sure. Your party hardy is what you took as your specialty, right?
Yes. And it says I get advantage on drug or booze. I assume that's...
Yep. So roll 2d20. Take the lowest of the two because you want lower.
Okay, let's do it.
A 7? Oh wait, no, that's an old roll.
No, both. I rolled a 17.
Oh, I see, 17 and a 7. So 7 is well. All right. I mean, yeah, it's hard because everything is kind of moving in and out, and the room is breathing because you're high as a kite, and you start looking around. You're definitely okay. You can make the roll. You can make an investigation roll, but roll with disadvantage because you are high while you're doing this. So roll 2d20, add any ranks and bonuses you have in investigation, or if not, it's a wisdom, I believe, wisdom bonus.
Yep, it's just straight d20.
Okay. So roll 2 and take the lower of the 2.
4.
So 4. I mean, you fail to find anything, and just when you think you find a loose floorboard, you pass out. Around this time, you were watching TV in the common room, I believe, because that's where you took the brownies. You turned on the big TV.
Okay.
All right, so fake news. You are brought up to your room. You can hear snoring coming from the common room, and you kind of look in, and you see Chad's feet on the ground.
I go check on him.
All right. Chad's stretched out on the ground. He's got his hands around a piece of baseboard flooring that he's pulled up out of the floor, and he's snoring hard, absolutely out of it.
Where's the flooring that he removed?
It's in his hand.
But like the hole.
Yeah, so it's just he pulled a piece of board off the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
There's no hole. He just pulled a piece of board right off the floor, and underneath it is like just the OSB that's underneath the floorboard.
Oh my god. I'm like, what the heck was he doing? I go to wake him up.
Okay.
Kinda.
As you wake him up, the TV startles you because you could have sworn it was off because you didn't hear anything as you were coming up,
Hmm.
and you hear behind you the tink tink, like someone is touching the glass of the TV set. There's a bloody hand in the screen, kind of reaching up as if it's like grabbing the edge of the screen, and there's this face that pulls itself up. It's streaked with blood. It looks like there's a tire tread on one cheek that's kind of caved in. He's like, You've got to get out of here. Find my diary." And then it kind of just slides on the screen, leaving this trail of blood on the screen. So you are totally inebriated. Otherwise, I'd have you roll a fear check.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, what kind of shit are you watching? I turned the TV off.
It's already off.
Okay. Oh. 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 But I'm drunk. I'm gonna shake him awake.
All right. He does not wake up. He just continues snoring. You can see that there's like spatters of blood on his face. Like not that he's bleeding, but like little specks of blood. Like there was a blood that just kind of flew near him and he got like hit by a few specks here and there. Could be spittle, hard to tell. Like, there's little specks of blood on his face.
I get like a paper towel and wet it.
Yeah, it just smears all over his face.
Oh.
And it's like it seems to be like the more you wipe, the more
I keep trying, and I just
and then your hand is covered in blood. His face is covered in blood.
Oh, I go to wash my hands in the sink.
You're walking to the sink, and the blood is dripping off your hands, leaving on the floor. And you go to the sink, the double sink, and you start washing your hands and washing hands. Outside, you hear like cars honking, tires squealing.
Does the blood come off in the sink?
It's just like the water just flows in blood, and your hands like feel greasy, and they just won't come clean.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh God, I'm like, I just gotta go to bed. I'm gonna go to my room, lock it.
All right, yeah,
me.
you dry your hands on the towel, and it just leaves behind this bloody mess on the towel.
God.
You touch your face, and it streaks all over your face. And you just walk into your bedroom, pass out.
Just lock the door. The second locks. It's just like a reflex for me, muscle memory at this point.
Yeah.
So even when drunk, I've done it so many times. I just go to bed.
Okay. Outside your window, Mothman waits silently, going. All right. Outside, the street racing continues on for a bit. Is there anything else you wanted to do? The dealers deal for another hour or so, and then after that, one of them pops down a skateboard, grabs the buckle on the larger one's jacket, and he's pulled along as the larger one moves down the street.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything more I want to do outside, I guess. I will stick around with Lars just in case he gets surrounded by people again and, needs to be protected or something.
Okay. That same girl with the poodle skirt and the Doc Martens come back, snapping gum, and she pulls out like a Polaroid, and she gets right in your face and snaps a picture of your face. Pulls out the Polaroid, and she's like, walks off.
Oh, why aren't you using one of those instant pictures rather than this rubbishy film that we'll have to get developed somewhere? Can we get it developed anywhere around here?
I can develop it myself if I need to.
Oh, you got this developing fluids with you, have you? All right, cool.
They seem to have a good. Their car seem to be well maintained here. If we need to get something done with our van, you might want to ask them what they use.
Good. I know nothing about cars.
Uh,
Well, I know
That's
they got
a-
wheels, but
yep. I apparently didn't take anything from the cars myself either.
You might know a little bit about cars as somebody brings you a carburetor in exchange for some drugs. It's like, this is all I got, man. It's worth $200. Come on.
What would cars come under?
I don't know. I can't see anything.
The cars don't exist in this universe.
No, there's no driving skill or anything like that. So
Yeah.
Oh, it's piloting. Basic piloting is cars.
is it?
Yeah, because they're piloting basic, which is ground vehicles, and piloting flight, which is airplanes.
Oh, okay. It's one of those sorts of systems. Okay.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, I didn't take piloting. So.
I mean, everybody can roll for the skills. You just don't get your rank bonuses. You still get your stat bonus, just no rank or extra bonuses to it.
Yeah, no, maybe talk to them about doing some sort of car film while we're here.
Okay. Well, one of the folks that are like doing some work under the hood that you ask, older teen, may not actually be in school anymore. Looks closer to 18 than he does, the rest of them. Wipes off his hands and he's like, well, my dad runs the Tin Man. And he kind of cranes his neck so that you see the big sculpture made out of cars.
Oh,
It's a junkyard, but he does some good work up there. He's done work on most all of these cars. He's got a heck of a collection of Shilton manuals. He builds his do you know anything about cars? Take a look at this.
Blank stare.
Okay. Yeah, he shows you some kind of contraption that's built onto his engine that obviously looks like it's retrofitted.
I've got
You're under-
electronics, but that's about like the best I've got that's related to any closeness to this.
And you can roll if you want, or you don't have to. But he explains it's like, he calls this a nitrous system. Like this can right here is full of nitrous, and I got a button in the car, and it bleeds it into the fuel line. I mean, it's hell on the engine, but if you need a little boost of speed, it's worth it.
That could be. That'd make for a great wee film. Car suddenly bursting into speed, race up to the end.
He sticks his head into his car, rummages around the glove compartment, pulls out like a business card. He's like, hey, here, give a phone call. My daddy will, if you need any help with your car, if you're looking for a car, we got some junkers up there to just get you around the neighborhood. All right. Remember hearing right, you guys are here over the winter. You might want some beater car or a truck to get you around. I guess that old van in the parking lot's yours over there.
Yeah, would that work too well on the hills around here?
No, your carriage is way too low. You're going to rip the bottom out of that thing. You probably want to get yourself a Jeep or just a shitter truck. Might Paul hook you up. Won't cost you that much. You could probably rent something too if you wanted to.
That'd be great. Yeah. I'm gonna need to get some more around there.
Yeah, so like he wipes the grease off his hand and hands you a card that's already grease stained anyway.
Yeah. You should see what happens when you manipulate the tape too much. Your hands ain't clean then, tell you that what.
But it's 10-man salvage is what it says on it.
Oh, I know what the crypto is. The big car thing actually comes to life.
All right. So most people are. Wouldn't you like to know? Most people are starting to pack it in. They were racing for a good almost 2 hours out here, and at no point did you hear none of the shopkeepers, none of the residents came out to complain at all. Didn't see a cop in sight. No one from the B&B said anything either. It's starting to disperse. It's getting pretty close to that 11 o'clock. The lights are still on the B&B.
He's back inside then.
Okay.
Can we get to our rooms without going through?
You can. There is a stairwell on the outside that goes directly to the hallway on the second floor.
All right.
It doesn't look like the B&B main area closes, Although you can see like the diner portion of it, the chairs are up and everything, but like where the information desk is, you can see Sherry in there. As she said, she's got her feet kicked up. She's got her Walkman on, and she's got MTV up on the screen as she's watching music videos.
It's that person whose name begins with S. I point out for Lars.
Susan?
Mm.
Mm.
That begins with S.
Sheila.
Susanna with a Y, but not where you think.
Did you want to go up the side? Because no one actually told you about the side entrance at all. But you see the stairs now. It's just like there's actually a light right above the door. And it does go to the second floor, not the third floor.
Might as well try all the entrance and exits in all the rooms. Why not? See where it goes.
All right. Steel, and it's the plates are not solid though. They're kind of like this grid mesh metal. So like you can see through the stairs. It's very solid though. You go up, nothing sways, nothing buckles. You go up to the second floor. It's a steel door, and it's got the glass screen, but there's that security mesh in the middle of it. So it looks like a secure door, which is a little odd too. It also looks new, like the paint on it is brand new. And it has a pretty serious looking, like it's a key lock.
I'm assuming none of the keys. Looks around Pat's pockets. Wonders, did I pick up one of the keys? I can't remember.
I definitely have one of the keys, but does it work in the door is a different question entirely.
Let's try it. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe all the keys open it.
Yeah, a little trial and error. All the room keys open this door. It is locked though, but yeah, all the room keys will open it.
And all of the room keys look different, right? It's not the same.
They do.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
If you know how master locks work, like so, the last couple of teeth closest to the thing on the master key can actually remove the bolt from the lock itself, so you can repin it. But you can also use that as a master key to certain other locks. And that looks like what's going on. So like all the apartment keys have the same teeth at the very end. And so it opens this security door. And here's the hallway. Your rooms and your common rooms are at the end. The stairwell to the third floor is right here. Just as soon as you go in, the stairwell to the third floor is here. Funny thing is you don't remember seeing this door at the end of the hallway when you looked earlier. You cannot remember seeing it.
If we go inside and lock it, and then
it's obvious. It's a bright red door. It's a bright red steel door. You don't know how you could have missed it, but apparently you did.
Just tied from the road, I guess.
I look around just to see if there was anything that could have been put in front of it beforehand. Like, there's no screen that would have been down this end.
There's this removable section of wall that was right
exactly, yeah, something like that.
Well, okay, so you're looking, and it's got kind of this. It's not quite shag carpet, but it's fairly thick carpet, and it's kind of like this neutral brownish red that easily hides stains. I mean, it's just, you see this in a lot of hotels, cheap hotels. But there's a ring on the floor where maybe a potted plant was here earlier.
And that might have covered the door.
Maybe.
That's all you can think but there's definitely an impression of something that was heavy. The circle is maybe 2 foot diameter, so it was a fairly large something that was standing here before.
All right.
Yeah, but you can't remember there being a plant here either, though, is the thing.
Yeah.
Must have been tired from all that non-driving I did.
There's also a horrendous amount of snoring coming from the common room.
I look in to see if fake news is in there or if it's Chad.
No, it's Chad.
It's Chad. All right, okay,
yeah.
Well.
He's laying on the U portion of the sofa, so he's kind of bent in an uncomfortable angle that's probably going to hurt his back in the morning. And his face is just like covered in sweat.
It's sweat. Okay. I was gonna say, is the blood still there?
Am I still passed out on the floor?
Yeah.
No, she moved you. Oh no, and he has a piece of flooring clutched into his hands. He pulled up a piece of the floorboard and it's clutched in his hands.
Held on to it. Yeah.
All right. Hey,
See, kids these days just can't handle it.
did you give him anything? I didn't give him anything. I wonder if he's taking things apart. Wow.
Well, if you didn't give him anything, then nothing. Then he's probably all right then.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Just
solve
turn
this
in?
in the morning. We'll ask him what he's done.
Okay.
I
Well,
guess.
two of you turn in having maybe a slightly unusual day, but nothing, nothing to write home about. Town for Jameis, your character, very picturesque. Again, it seems like stepping back to a town that's 20, 30 years old but well kept. It looks neat, nice, right? You think you can get a lot of good scenes there. There was nothing really modern about the town at all. That's the other thing that kind of stood out. Like even the lamp poles were kind of old timey. Plenty of light on the main street, but kind of old timey. You have Asade, the drug peddling in the area. Richard or Professor. So you have your choice between two kind of slovenly natural drug pushers or a biker gang to choose from. And you have a pager number. Meanwhile, two of you who got quite drunk or high may or may not have had some weird experiences. Hard to tell. But we'll end our first session there with introductions to the crew. You guys are still shopping a name for your cable access network show, which will be, maybe that'll be a thing going through the whole story arc as you're shopping names, and maybe we'll have a name by the end. But yeah, well, we'll end it there. You guys got anything to plug? Dion, what are you doing these days?
Well, when I'm not playing tabletop games with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can catch me on my channel at Substances Used, where I play retro JRPGs and do a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. Playing through Persona 2 Innocent Sin right now. I'm near the end game, but we just gotta do a lot of grinding now. A lot of grinding. So much grinding.
That's JRPG for you.
Yeah.
Richard, you've been streaming again lately.
Yes, I have. And even when I wasn't here, I was streaming elsewhere. I don't know. Yeah, hi, I'm Richard. I play video games badly and, tell you about them badly as well. At the moment, I'm playing through Broken Sword Reforged, which is the latest version of it with crisp 4K graphics, they say. I know it looks just as I remember it, obviously in my memory, because, And
100% more exploding clown.
I don't know. The only thing I found is different in between the version is there was a poo on the floor, which I don't know why they added that in.
Beautiful 4K poo on the floor in 4K.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know. They added it in, but yes, you can find me here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited
time
offer.
No
No
vowels.
Yeah.
Woo! Just as good as
we
ever.
suck. Jameis, tell us all about your blog.
Yeah, I have a blog where I post things which I now use as my external memory. So much so I can't even remember what I last posted on there. That's how much it's my external memory now.
It was a movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a
Good
movie.
odds.
Yes.
Good odds that it was.
Bill, you got anything?
My regular Frog God game thing is on pause right now because we're play testing a new game they're coming out with. I'll say more about that when I can. But I should be running Swords and Wizardry sort of living Rappanathic over there. So if you're interested in doing that, it's not a big commitment. You can pop in, pop out, and let me know. I'll get you in the game.
Cool. We'll get a link from you next time so I can load up your link in here.
All right.
But if you found us, you know where we are. But better yet, go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com to get all of our social links, including our podcast, which has been going on for more than 16 years now. Surprisingly, I have no current Kickstarters, but there will be 2 more next month. So yeah, look forward to that, I guess. I am gainfully employed by lots of companies right now. Go me. Yay. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for those of you that were chatting in the channel. Much appreciated. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.